Enmeshment is when there is no boundary between you and another person. When there is no separation from their emotional state, their values with you, because of a childhood dynamic you grew up with, which you had to eclipse and stomp over and break boundaries in order to be connected. You adapt by creating an identity that just fawns and people pleases and is ultra empathic and is hypersensitive and hyper attuned to the moods of other people. And this lack of boundary causes this hypersensitivity where you get triggered and now their moods become your moods. If there is no separation, it's great when the things are going amazing. When things are high and you're doing amazing, it's awesome. But when their mood shifts or they get triggered or activated, it's chaos for somebody with unresolved enmeshment trauma. I don't care if you've been doing feminine communication, polarized communication for 2 years. If you haven't dealt with this enmeshment trauma, there's an unconscious complex that is paralyzing your chances of having a successful relationship. Because of that enmeshment trauma, it creates a culture of codependency where you're dependent on fixing the other person, where you will abandon yourself to save and rescue the other person because their internal lack of safety, their depression, their addiction becomes your responsibility, and there's no separation, and you have to eclipse yourself. And ultimately, it's unfulfilling because when you abandon yourself, you can't abandon yourself without simultaneously creating a resentment. So those with codependent are constantly living with resentment all the time, feeling victimized, constantly basing your own moods on the other person. I've been in polarity groups where people were learning the communication without doing this work, and they were struggling, and it was a fucking gong show. So it's really important that all of your communication things you learn are done so on the other side of healing those enmeshment patterns and codependency.